Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 6 of Wrestling with Brent. I'm going to just be talking about wrestling a little bit and I'm going to give you the review of both shows of the other night's Dynamite and the other night's NXT. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple more of the wrestling story that's been going around this week. So here we go. Alright, I'm going to do AEW first. I'm going to go over each match and all. Tell you what I thought about it. Um, Started out with a 12-man tag. Yep, 12-man tag. Um, Dark Order versus the Elite and FTR. Uh, I love this match. Thought it was a very good match. Much better than last week's tag match. Um, Even though I liked last week's tag match too. Uh, the Elite did awesome. Specifically, Nick Jackson. He once again showed how athletic he is and how he can really be a good single star. He can really wrestle. And he can just do all the flips and stuff. He did a flip a couple of times. It was like a front flip out of the ring, and he went on like a 2 or 3 minute roll where he just was jumping in and out of the ring and just hitting everybody, everything in sight. It just looked awesome. I loved it. Um, FTR looked good also as well. Um, Dark Order really looked good. I thought they really looked strong. I was kind of glad to see Dark Order get a win because I needed to pump him up a little bit more, make him matter more. Um, Brody Lee's clothesline there at the end on Hangman looked vicious. Uh, I think with Hangman going with the revival backstage and staying room for 7 minutes at a time, I think that's just setting up more for the Kenny and Omega turn. Where one of them's going to turn on the other. I believe it's going to happen at All Out at the big pay-per-view in AEW. Uh, so I'm looking forward to that. I just thought this was a really good match. Chaotic, a lot going on, which I like. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a very good match. Um, both all 12 people looked great. Really, I mean, I can't really say anything bad about the match. I mean, I just really liked it. So, yep. Now you see commercial break. Come back. John Moxley cuts a promo when he's on the steps. Uh, it was okay. He was just talking about how he's a big fan of Darby and how he thinks Darby's the future, and uh, but Darby won't listen to him. Tell him to stay down, but Darby won't listen. Yeah. So now we have Santana and Ortiz versus the Best Friends. I thought this was a good match. Um, Actually, for some weird reason, I thought the inner circle. I mean, the Santana and Ortiz's tag team hadn't really won a whole lot lately in AEW. I think they've won a couple of dark matches. So I just thought his best friend had been on the roll, even though they lost that tag team title match. But I just thought I just thought Santana and Ortiz was going to win this one. I was kind of surprised when they didn't. But I mean, I was happy either way. I thought this was a good match. Uh, Ortiz, when he threw Santana into a stunner with on Trent, that was cool. Double team knee. And I liked the finish, how Ortiz got rolled up. I mean, he called him sleeping. I liked it. I thought it was a good finish. So I liked it. Uh, Commercial, and then we see MJF in his campaign room, and he's going off a bunch of random stuff and unleveled posters. I thought that was funny. Uh, Matt Hardy come out in the ring and did a promo talking about where he's going to drop his gimmicks. Sammy Guevara comes out and actually appears up behind Matt to try to sneak attack him. They get in a big brawl. Um, Hardy and Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara end up fighting on the outside the ring. Uh, per conflicting reports, that Matt or Sammy won that Matt bladed. I've also heard that they think Sammy Guevara picked up the wrong chair by accident. He was supposed to pick up the plastic chair, but he picked up the one that wasn't plastic, the real chair, and he threw it. And he threw it extra hard and extra. He got excited to throw it, and the way he threw it, Matt didn't get his hands up in time, and it cut him. Busted him wide open. But I thought it was. There's a rumor that Sammy Guevara got some heat for it backstage after the match. A lot of people was mad at him. He got yelled at. Uh, but even if it wasn't planned, I thought it looked really good, and I think that helps in a weird way if it wasn't planned. Uh, Even though Sammy Guevara, I don't think he did it intentional. I think it's going to help escalate their feud a lot more. It's going to help Sammy back in his return and Matt Hardy the same way. I think it's going to help the overall feud and storyline to make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. So next, after that, we see Santana and Ortiz outside the arena. Uh, Trent and Chuck Taylor had pulled up in the Trent's mom's minivan like they did at the pay per view, and Santana and Ortiz bring a sledgehammer and they mess up the windows, bust it out, spray paint it. Thought it was pretty funny. Uh, all right, we have a commercial. After we get back from commercial, we have Cody and Matt Corona, formerly Zack Ryder, WWE, versus Dark Order. Um, Thought this was a good match. I like Alex Reynolds, the Dark Order. I actually saw him in House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's wrestling organization, a couple years ago, and I saw Silver too, and I just thought they both looked really solid. Hope Alex Reynolds gets more opportunities eventually. When he does get some more opportunities, I think a lot of people is going to be surprised he can really wrestle. Uh, he's very athletic. He's very good. So I just wanted to put that out there. But back to this match, it was a good match. Uh, Cody really got his butt whooped by the Dark Order. A lot of times for the match, I mean, he just really, at times, got hit hard and he just was getting whooped. I was surprised. I thought that made the Dark Order look good and also kind of made Cody look good, saying that he could take a beating. Uh, a lot of people, especially lately, they give Cody a hard time, saying he wins too much and he buries other talent. And I just don't agree with that. I think, he's really helping the company and people, and it's like him doing this TMT Open Challenge uh, for the title and having all these indie guys come in and having them go competitive. Everybody's saying, well, hey, why didn't he squash him? He's Cody Rhodes. He shouldn't be letting all these people come in and give him a fight. But I mean, why not? I mean, it's good for him to give other people opportunities, and I like every match being competitive. Of course, if it was done in WWE, Cody Rhodes would beat somebody in 2 seconds, so he would lose on a roll up in 40 seconds. But yeah, this was a good match. As far as Matt Corona goes, Zack Ryder, I thought he looked really good. He's jacked. If you notice at the end, he did that, I believe it was called the Radio Silence or Silent to Radio or something like that. But it was called the Hype Rider in WWE. It's what he used his finishing move, where he jumps up, and puts his legs over the opponent, and slams him down with his legs, almost kind of like a standing leg drop kind of deal. Uh, in WWE, it was called the Hype Rider. So, but it's cool he used that. Um, yep. So that was that match. Have a commercial, and then we come back to it's time for the debate. Chris Jericho, Orange Cassidy. I liked it was neat how they had the ring set up like a presidential debate. They had the podiums, red, white, and blue floats and stuff, and red, white, and blue backgrounds. I thought that was cool, like a red, white, and blue theme. Uh, earlier, it was reported earlier in the week, but I didn't want to read the dirt sheets. But I had seen someone by accident, and I figured it to be true. Eric Bischoff was the surprise moderator for the debate. I thought Eric Bischoff did good. What they asked him to do, he didn't really take away from the debate. He was good in that role that he was in. He just talked a little bit and just kind of you know moderated it. Chris Jericho's trash talking and stuff. He said that Orange Cassidy was funny. He wasn't expecting Orange Cassidy to talk, and Cassidy kept acting like he wasn't going to talk, and then he finally talked and did a funny little crack about global warming. And I like how they worked that little bit in the story. It was kind of weird and random and out of nowhere, and I liked it. Nice little touch to the story. Of course, at the end, Jericho gets mad and sicks Hager all over Orange Cassidy, and boy, Hager just wears Orange Cassidy out of him, and he gets on him, and he just never lets up. Thought that made Jake Hager still look strong and like a beast, like he should be able to look. Um, so I liked the debate. Thought it was funny. Um, Anything with Jericho, especially involving him talking or promos, is always entertaining. Uh, all right, we have a commercial. Next, we come back from commercial. Tony is at ringside with Britt Baker and Reba, and he asks her who she's chosen to face Big Swole. Baker picks Reba. She was Rebel in TNA. Uh, This was a very quick match, not a bad match. I like Reba. I liked her Rebel when she was in TNA, what I seen over there. She's a good wrestler. They hadn't really used her hardly much in AEW. I think they should use her more as a wrestler in AEW, and she should wrestle more, and I think she could really help their women's division out. At least be another body to at least be a job, to help somebody else look good. I just think she'd be good either way. If you push her, you don't, and just having her on the roster and have her wrestling competitive and wrestle often. I think it really helped the women's division. So I like Reba. Uh, I didn't mind this match. It was a quick match. Big Swole looked good. She's a good wrestler. Her husband is Cedric Alexander in WWE. I hope eventually he gets comes over to AEW and gets signed for AEW. With to be with his wife, and I just think Cedric's a really good wrestler. Very entertaining, very athletic, very fast. I think he could be a big help in AEW, a big addition if they was to ever sign him. Yeah. So there you have it. Big Swole won that match. Uh, Next week, we found out that Cody will be defending against Scorpio Sky. For those of you who watch AW Dark Tuesday on the YouTube channel, um, Scorpio Sky's been getting a big singles run here lately. They were saying how they was gonna break him away from SCU and Kazarian and Daniels was gonna do the tag team and Scorpio was gonna focus more on the singles run and he's really gotten red hot and AEW Dark has been getting a lot of wins and uh, Tuesday I forget who he fought but he won and after the match he got a chair and put it in the middle of the ring and sat in the chair and talked and did a promo, just a very good promo about him being overlooked and underrated, how he was ready to prove everybody wrong and how he was wanting a title shot. I mean, I really liked it. It was a very good promo. Um, I understand a lot of people don't watch Dark and ain't for everybody, but if you really like AEW and like wrestling, I suggest you give AEW Dark a try. I've been watching it since it first come on. It's hit or miss, but it's not terrible. A lot of stuff that you don't see on TV or the rest you don't see on Dynamite, you'll see on the show. And sometimes when you're watching Dynamite, a storyline or angle might not make sense to you, but they have to explain it the night before on Dynamite, on Dark. So I just think watching them both really helps you out. And it just gives you something different. Little more AW, but just something different besides Dynamite. I just like it. I think it's a cool little show. But also, I want to say about AEW too. They started their women's tag team tournament Monday. Um, I believe it was Penelope Ford and Penelope Ford and Mel that used to be in the Nightmare thing with Brandy and Awesome Kong. Hadn't seen her in months. The one that's got her head shaved. Uh, Mel's very stiff, not athletic. Reminds me a lot of Nia Jax and Nyla Rose. She just works kind of stiff, but she's really tall and strong. Also, I heard she's very new on the indie scene. Hadn't been wrestling very long. When she gets more experience and more time in the ring and more matches, I think she'll be a lot better. Uh, Penelope Ford did really good as always. Looked great, looked beautiful, had a good match. Um, they lost. Um, I can't remember who beat them, but uh, yep. And Vicky Guerrero, Ariana Andrew, and Nyla Rose lost. I believe they lost to Brandy and Allie. So I was glad they lost, but I thought Ariana looked good. I know there was a lot of people down AEW signing her. She's because she's not signed for AEW, just like a one-off appearance, a cup of coffee is what she called it. But I thought she did a good match. She had some botches, but I thought she looked much better than she did when she was in WWE. Even as far as the way she wrestled and all, she's still a beautiful girl. Uh, so yeah, I liked that tournament. Um, It's glad to see Taya Conti on there and her get a shot, and she looked good and did good wrestling. So hope AEW signs her to a long-term deal. She could really help the women's division. So just throwing it out there. If you think about watching that women's tournament, it's decent. It's nothing great. It ain't like, oh my God, best thing ever, But I mean, it's decent. Uh, yep. All right. Had a commercial. All right. Now we have the AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. John Moxley versus Darby Allin. I had a feeling, most likely, I knew John Moxley was going to win, but I was hoping for Darby Allin for a big upset. Darby Allin's my favorite wrestler. He's my favorite wrestler in AEW. I think he's just great. I like Moxley. I liked him when he was ambushed in WWE, but I mean he's been a champion for long enough, and his matches are hit and miss. His promos are great, and his character and everything, and his personality and everything's great, but his matches are hit and miss. He can have some good matches. He doesn't really know how to wrestle. He mostly street fights his matches, the best way I can describe it. Um, that's why his hardcore style works more for him, because I mean, it's the way he wrestles, the way he fights. Um, this was a very, very, very good match. I really liked it. I think this is one of Darby Allin's best matches he's had. I've ever seen him have. If I'm not mistaken, him and John Moxley had a match together, I think, on the very first episode of AEW Dynamite, and it was a great match. I loved it. Seemed like Darby Allin gets better and better the more times I see him. I just like him more and more. Um, he's got like a Stingish Jeff Hardy vibe. I just like everything about him, his character, his interesting, his promos, his interviews outside of wrestling. He's just an interesting guy. Uh, has a lot of cool moves. He's really like almost freestyle, almost like he does some skateboard moves too. He's a big skater. He does takes crazy turns, does some crazy bumps, takes crazy bumps, does stuff nobody else can think of doing. I mean, he's crazy, never know what he's going to do. Same with Moxley. Uh, so I think both of their styles really mesh together, work together in a match. They really flow well together. Uh, they have really good chemistry in the ring together. Um, so this was a very good match. Hard hitting, fast, explosive. Um, At times, they had me convinced maybe that Darby Allin might pull up an upset and win the title. Uh, MJF coming in, sneaking and hitting Mox with that belt was a nice touch, and I liked how busted Mox open. Uh, when Darby Allin went up for that coffin drop and hit it, I thought Mox was going to move that first one. Of course, Darby Allin hit it, and he pinned him with one leg, and when he did that kind of pin with one leg, I said, "Oh, John must kick out." But nobody's ever kicked out of the coffin drop as far as I know. So maybe that's probably didn't get him, and then took it as close as we could, and Moxley kicked out. Once Moxley kicked out of that first coffin drop, I knew he was going to win the match. I knew as soon as Darby went up for that second one, uh, Moxley was going to move out the way, and that's sure enough what happened. But Moxley hit that paradigm shift, uh, double arm DDT, and put a little extra oomph on it, a little more height, and just really just drilled Darby Allin's head straight down the mat, spiked him. I mean, it looked really pretty, it looked like it hurt. Uh, it was nasty. I liked it. Great match. I liked how one of them was bleeding, and Moxley held him by the head and was talking to him when they was talking to each other. They was going off in the air. I thought that was cool. Nice little touch. Yeah. So Moxley won that. So there we go. There's the results for AEW Dynamite from the other night. It was a very solid show, very good show. I really liked it. A lot better than last week's, and I liked the last week's. I've liked every AEW show they've ever done, even all the pay-per-views before they was even on TV. I like everything they do. Uh, but not being biased just because I like AEW, I just thought it was a really good show. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say a 7 out of 10. 7 or 7.5 out of 10. I liked Eric Bischoff. Thought the matches were good, hard hitting. We got to see some blood, continuation of storylines. So I liked it. It was a very good episode. So there you go, AEW Dynamite, 7 out of 10. All right, now I'm going to talk about NXT. Give you the results for that. Now, right off the bat, I will say NXT was a very good show also. Um, I would say I might have to give this one a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7. AEW was still a better show. They proved that with the ratings too. I feel like they crushed NXT in the ratings this week, is what I've heard. But this was still a very good show. Um, all right, first match we have Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai to determine the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Love both these women. This was a very good match, hard hitting, a lot of action. Rhea Ripley dyed her hair. I didn't know that. It looked good. I thought something different. She dyed it blonde. I think she's hot, pretty woman, tall, athletic, cool looking, like a punk rock chick kind of look. I like her. Love Dakota Kai, big fan of hers. Liked her before she was a heel, but even since she's become a heel, I liked her. I think she's gotten even better. I think she's beautiful and hot, and yeah, I like Dakota Kai. She's a good wrestler, puts on good matches. Uh, this was a very, very, very good match. Uh, I actually thought Rhea Ripley was going to win, just because it's Rhea Ripley. I was surprised they let Dakota Kai win, but I was glad to see Dakota win, and this was a very good match. Uh, Also, Mercedes Martinez got involved, and helped Dakota Kai win. So that's gonna it really helped everybody. Rhea still looked good even in defeat. Dakota Kai looked good, and Mercedes Martinez interfering in the match is gonna continue Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Martinez's storyline with the whole Robert Stone brand. So I liked it. Um, yep. Commercial, and then back to commercial, we have Bronson Reed and Shane Thorne. This was a good match. For those that don't know, Shane Thorne used to be in the group called TM61 in NXT. They was in the tag team division a little bit. I liked them. They was good. Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. If I'm not mistaken, after NXT WWE cut Nick Miller, I think he went to Japan. And he wrestles in Japan now. He retired, one or the other, I forget. But I always liked Shane Thorne too. They tried to change their name in NXT after one time to the Might, and it didn't last long. Still the same team, but they had like a different gimmick. And they turned heel. That gimmick didn't really take off. I feel like they should have kept him left him as team 6-1. They should have had more opportunities than what they was given. But yeah, but I like Shane Thorne as a wrestler. He's a good talent. He can wrestle. He don't really have much of a character, uh, but because he really hadn't had that much of a singles run. Uh, Bronson Reed, I'm still not sold on him. He's big, strong, athletic, fast, um, can wrestle for his size, can move. I just ain't seen him wrestle a lot lately. I just ain't sold on him. I just can't really get into him. I don't know why. I don't know if it's his character, look, I don't know. The way he wrestles, I don't know. He's okay, but he ain't terrible. But I mean, he's just okay. I don't know. But Barton Reed won this match. Uh, Next, we get a video package with Bazango arriving earlier today to the ring, to the arena. As they're walking in, this SUV comes out and Mexicans come out, and it's Escobar and Mendoza, and they beat up Fandango and Tyler Breeze. They toss Fandango in the back of the SUV and drive off. Um, get a Damian Priest promo. I've never liked Damian Priest. I didn't like him when he was with his name Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor and Impact. I just ain't never been a fan. I just don't think he's all that good of a wrestler. I don't like the way he sounds when he talks. I'm just not a fan of his. Uh, but I mean, he's not terrible. He's just okay. He does kind of remind me of like a Baron Corbin type. I just can't stand Baron Corbin. I just don't like Damon Priest. I can't get into him. I just don't like him. But a lot of people like him. But you know, uh, so Damon Priest cut a promo. Then we have Damon Priest versus Tony Larkin versus Ridge Holland qualifying match for the NXT North American Championship ladder match. Uh, Only Larkin always puts on a good match. He just hits hard. I like the way he wrestles. His go for broke, kind of in your face style. I like it. Smash mouth style. Damon Priest beat him. I figured he would. He upset all that was. Next, we have Keith Lee and Cameron Grimes. Uh, Before that, they talk about the Pat McAfee Adam Cole story that happened on his radio show, Pat McAfee show about a week or so ago. I liked the segment, but I knew it was fake right off the bat. Um, so apparently, a lot of people speculating, me too, that they're setting up a match between Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. Apparently, that's the route they are going in. Uh, yep. So, all right. So you have Keith Lee and Cameron Grimes non-title match. This was an okay match. I was glad Keith Lee won. I figured he would. Grimes looked pretty good. Um, I thought this match actually went a little bit too long. Thought it could have been a lot shorter of a squash for Keith Lee, but in the event, it was what it was. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. Keith Lee won. Uh, Keith Lee celebrates in the ring. The lights go out. Karen Cross comes on the screen. That's a good promo. I liked it. Uh, Bobby Fish and Colorado are showing warming up backstage. The Phantom Con Roger Strong with Fish and O'Reilly warming up for that match. We go to commercial. Uh, William Rainbow announces that Dexter Lumis has been injured. Uh, Escobar and him is on the mic. They come out. Um, Tyler Breeze comes out. They beat the crap out of him. Escobar calls out Swerve Scott. I think Swerve Scott kill shot from Lucha Underground. Uh, Next we have they show out in the parking lot. Bronson Reed and Damon Priest in like a confrontation in the parking lot, setting up a match for them. Um, Pat McAfee comes out and he says some stuff, being a heel, and apparently, and Beth Phoenix gets mad and don't like it and walks away, leaves. Uh, so next we have Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell. I like Indy Hartwell. She's pretty, beautiful. I like the way she wrestles. She's going to be very good one day. Tegan Knox, I've always liked her. She's a good wrestler. Beautiful, good match. Tegan Knox won. Uh, so now we have commercial, and then we get back to commercial. Next, we have the NXT Tag Team Champions match. Imperium versus Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly for the Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole and Roger Strong accompany Fish and O'Reilly out to the ring. Uh, this was a good match. McAfee started saying stuff to Cole on the commentary booth, and Cole kept looking at him during the match. So I knew eventually something was going to happen. Cole eventually walks up to McAfee and says, "I hear you talking about, I hear you." And McAfee cracks some more jokes, and Cole goes after him, and uh, all this distraction and stuff going on. It cost Undisputed Era, and Imperium gets the win. They retain the championship and still the champions. Uh, After the match, Cole and McAfee are jawing each other. Triple H and a bunch of people from the back come out to separate McAfee and Adam Cole from each other. As they're pulling Cole back, McAfee actually going to walk away, and then he comes back and runs in. Cole standing there stuck out, and Cole McAfee takes his foot and punches him in the head, right in the head, like Randy Orton used to do, the punt kick to the head. Looked great, looked devastating, vicious, knocked Adam Cole out, and then went off Dr. and Triple H checked on Adam Cole and asked him was he knocked out. And I really thought Adam Cole got knocked out. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but he didn't. He sold it really well because I mean he looked knocked out. Yep. So that was the end of NXT. It was a very good episode. I would say a 6.5, 7 out of 10. So all in all, a solid night of wrestling for both shows. Yep, so I really liked it. It's a great night of wrestling. I really enjoyed both shows. Yep. So can't wait to look forward. I'm looking forward to next week. Excited to see what AEW is going to be doing. I can't wait for that big pay-per-view coming up at what is the All Out pay-per-view. I believe it's going to be really good. I think that's when Hangman and Omega's finally going to turn on each other, on one or the other. And I think also, I think we'll be having a big TNT title match on that pay per view. A surprise person we're not hadn't really thought about. I think it could be huge for face Cody, and I think that MJF is going to beat Moxley for the AEW title. I really do. So look forward to that, and I hope you guys liked my reviews this week of the shows, and I'll be back next week for another round of reviews and some news. Might even do a little game stream in the next couple of days. You know, you never know. So I hope you all liked my videos again, and hope you all liked this episode. And thank y'all so much for watching. Keep supporting me and leave me comments and likes down below. Hope I can get new subscribers. I hope people keep watching and keep liking. So thank y'all for listening and watching. Happy wrestling. See you.